bit. Yeehaw. Okay, guys, here we are. Hi, YouTube. Okay, Orlando is watching the whole thing. He's on top. Hey, Steve. Hey, Kat. Aaron. All right, good. Gail. Oh, so the internet's been in and out. I don't know what's going on, but it's been crazy. And as you may have seen my newsletter that I sent out for the first, had the whole thing written, all set to go, went to save it, and it was a computer glitch. I guess the internet went out as I hit lost the whole thing, recreate, watch it go bye-bye a second time. By that time, it was about 1 a.m. and I was thinking maybe this newsletter is not going to go out for the first. And I thought, no, because all I had were my rough notes and all the details were in my head, and I knew I'd forget half of them by the time I got back to the work. So I powered through and got it out. But what a week, what a month, what a time. Hey, Brian. Frozen up again. I'm sorry. Yep, there it is, freezing up. Unbelievable. Okay, hey guys. So it's been a week. And if you read the newsletter, and if you want to receive the newsletter, please message me. Don't put it in the notes or in the comments. Please message me. Oh God. Anyways, this is gonna pop in and out. That's just great. Message me or email me at lenhart@comcast.net, or send me a message with your email address, and I'll send you the newsletter. It's been rough, and as I said, and I want to repeat the newsletter verbatim, but there's been two types of readings. There's been two types of people, for the most part. Today bore this out. We're stuck, and honestly, I'm gonna stay stuck because they weren't willing or able, or felt they weren't able to take the steps necessary to move it forward. And sometimes that's just frustrating. Let me just see. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Nadia. Sometimes that's just fun. And then it's like any action, just to undirected energy can be dangerous and can be wrong. And the other types of people who are just done. They were finished. They were done. They had enough. They weren't angry. They weren't coming in angry or particularly sad. It was just, they're done. You know, cards like the death card reversed, them choosing to end something. It's an interesting energy because it really is just, give me a break. I'm sorry, YouTube, but Facebook is going in and out. It's really frustrating. What I spend on internet connection for this building, it's really frustrating when you can't. I couldn't get an outside line for my phone. I'm talking on YouTube here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, one day I said I really need to call someone, get all my kids quick, and I could not get an outside line, and I couldn't get an internet connection, and nothing was working, and it was just, wow, not fun. So anyway, Tracy, I hesitate, but there's still a lot of deaths. Another death today. People are passing. Animals had guest lectured, but it was the other spiritualities, and I was talking about Wicca, and actually the topic was how did 300 years of European persecution affect modern day Wicca? That was the topic. And anyway, she reached out to me. I haven't talked to her in a few years, but she's been having apocalyptic dreams, and is not, she's of a Christian tradition, so not sure what to make of what she was seeing. Of course, I told her, a lot of us have been seeing them for years now. Hey, Allie. And my stomach just dropped, and I wrote that. I'm so happy to hear from you, but it was great earth events. So if you were also having them, and what I told her too is, I can't do anything more than validate you, because my own guides and the shaman and spiritual people I know personally, and and confide in. This is, I mean, it gets old talking about apocalyptic times and tragedy. It's all around us. I mean, you can see it, but at the same time, good grief, how much, how many times are we gonna? It gets exhausting. In fact, we did a video, Andrea and I, and hey guys, and usually we're funny, we're laughing, and last Saturday, which she came in 2 weeks ago, I guess it was just grim. She usually talks about what she's seeing in Boston. I talk about Connecticut. We joke, we laugh. This was just grim, grim, grim. And like that, I was even said to her, like, this isn't even like us, just to be. But it's very hard to, man, it's hard to shine this piece of shit up. It really is. But I had said to my friend Chris, I'm sorry, Pat. Her name is Pat Chris, actually. Her last name is Chris. I had said, a lot of us have been feeling it, but our guides are saying nothing. Our guides are like, no, no information. Just have to trust everyone's going to be where they're supposed to be and where they're meant to be when the time comes. And no. In fact, I got really angry at my guides early on, this was some years ago, and I said, I do everything I'm supposed to be doing. Always listen. I always, I try to be here and be in service. And, I would think that I'm just asking you for one little detail, just where is it going to be safe or what can we expect? No. And I'm like, you know what? I think I deserve to know a little bit, just to be prepared, just to protect my family. I mean, and they were like, no, you'll mess it up. I was like, excuse me? When have I ever? One time. I said one time, buddies. One time. Okay, didn't need to scroll. All the times I've really fucked things up, and they're right. We would screw it up. We really would. I liken these times, and I forgive me if I've used this analogy before, but it's like when you give a kid a car. They turn 16, they get a license, you let them use the family car. You're like, listen, keep gas in it, don't drive it on E, and take care of it and drive carefully. Yeah, they bring it back, and the first time you go out, it's on E, and you gotta get to work, and you're like, damn, And then they come in and a little bender, maybe a little ding. You're like, And then finally, it's like they get blow a stop sign, get a speeding ticket, and you're like, you know what? You just give me back the keys to the car. Lost the right to have control of the situation. That window came and went. I believe it was around 2012 when we could have done something. We could have come together and brainstormed and really done some amazing things. And I think the window now, what, a decade later? No, it's now it's in the divine hands, and they'll let us know what to expect. Thank you very much. Hi, Britzellus. Hey, Deb. Good to see you. Dee. Yeah. Oh no, you're right about that. I'm looking at Sue. Okay. Well, I'm not a Christian, so I'm not a when I say apocalyptic. I'm using it in a very generic sense of the word. I don't do revelations, not Bible based. I will say that prophecy, and some very old prophecy, has talked about these times, the Hopi, 1,000 years of prophecy, about a time when, and they all spoke to a time of change, a pivotal time in the development of humans and our own growth, our own evolution. And it wasn't so much apocalyptic in the biblical sense, but it was a time where you can go this way, you can go that way. But the Hopi Indians talked about a time when spider webs would cover the earth. Well, the World Wide Web. And Mother Shipton, I believe it was, who talked about a time when men would look like women and women would look like men, and you couldn't tell the difference. That may have been Nostradamus. But there you go. That doesn't tell us about now. I don't know what it is. And so on and so forth. I think as a human species, and we have almost of humans on the planet, the Black Plague, was the most recent, has gone down dramatically low. We've gone down to only a few 100,000 on the planet. So I agree that there have been traumatic times, and there have been, hey Lori, hey Angie. Let's see. No, it's okay, Sue. Yeah, but just no, I'm not revelations based. No, I'm not. I'm not saying there's not wisdom in the Bible, but it's not my book, and it's not my. I see apocalyptic as we are destroying the ocean. We are, fracking. We are destroying land. We are destroying our groundwater. Everyone thinks of the rainforests as being great oxygenators. They are important, but the great oxygenator of this planet is the ocean. We kill the ocean, we kill the planet. And fracking is so damaging to groundwater. This is only one little bit of what's going on with the world. And never mind the violence. And the violence, no joke. And it is suspiciously near the midterm elections that we are having all of this. I have my own feelings about that. I'm not going to go into them. That crosses the line into conspiracy. But and I appreciate that, Sue. Thank you. And always ask. Hey, Karen. Hey, Ray. Please always ask. Never be afraid. I love debate. I love the give and take. You guys see it on my Facebook pages. You guys have watched me and some very good friends, and some not. We've seen us go at it. I just ask. No one calls names, and no one gets vulgar or rude. But a good debate is important. That we can take. Look, just recently if you look on the gun post I did, myself and my very dear friend Deb, go at it. Not go at it in a hard way, but just we go back and forth. We have different opinions. I don't know why and where it became such a big deal that you couldn't have a different opinion without being a horrible human being, and I can no longer speak to you. I've never met somebody whose opinion, their actions, I don't know that I'd be friends with someone in the Ku Klux Klan, say. That would probably not be something I could, or someone who abuses animals. I think that would be my, there's certainly lines in the sand that I can't, we have nothing to talk about. If you have pit bulls and you bait them and you fight them, then we probably have nothing to talk about. I will probably help get you arrested. I don't, that's different. What I'm not talking about is a difference of opinion. Let's talk. Why do you feel that way? Let's learn something from each other. It's just people have absolutely locked down, and we can no longer discuss this. Those are dangerous things. And I guess they're no longer. China was telling me they're no longer teaching debate in schools. Debate club where you actually learn how to offer opinions, let someone else talk. That's the other thing, which this idea I want to talk over you and you get no space. We saw that sadly in the last presidential debates. You got the other guy talk. So there's just a lot of bad manners and fragile feelings